Fáilte over Culture, welcome indeed to another edition of the programme. Well, this evening we're coming to you from the picturesque village of Inver in North Mayo, where they hold an annual festival every summer, and indeed many of our diaspora come home for the festival. Now, it gives the local community an opportunity to come and support the festival, and also for the festival to give back to the community. So it's a great family occasion. Brendan, you started off this festival here in Inver many years ago.
Yeah, that's right, Henry. Back in 2009, I came up with this idea. It might be nice to have a community sheep show. And I went in at the time, I went to spoke to the landlord of the pub at the time, John and Eileen Ducey, and we came up with a package. John said, sure, look, I'll back you. And we advertised it on paper, and social media wasn't as strong back then, but we advertised and we made a couple of posters, and with a great success, and we had a dog show also on that day. So ever since 2009 it has gone from strength to strength. That time it was just a small section in the car park at the side of the school, between the school and the pub, but now, as you can see here today, we're taking in a big vast area of the grounds at the back of the pub. We want to thank the owners now, which is Sinead and Alan Noon, for the use of the grounds for the 3 days. It's great, like it's a great bonus for Erris. Like, we know there's a lot of festival goes on in Erris, Henry, at this time of year, but we get great support. We have great sponsors for years, and people kind of in the locality, they base their holidays, no matter where they are in the world. They want to come back to Erris, they want to go to Gisala, they want to go to Balmullet, they want to go to Inver, which is great, like, because you can plan their holiday and come back and see and meet friends and, you know, linger around, which is great. So
and there's so much to do here at the festival, isn't there?
There's lots to do. Like, we try and accommodate for children, we kind of put something on for the adults, because the day goes long. If you have something for everybody, you'll keep the crowd, and they're happy and they go around, as I said. It takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of time. It takes nearly 11 months of the year. You sit down, you decide what you're going to do. Big thing after Inver Festival is music. A number of years ago, we decided we put up a marquee and brought in bands. Some of the biggest bands in the country have played at Inver. It's difficult to pick music to suit everyone. That's one thing I found, and I've learned through the years. Like, we try to accommodate the dancers, and we try to accommodate the other people that are into the music today. So look at it, it's an ongoing thing to bring something for everyone. It's the same for what the young people are into today, and the older like to come along too, you know. So
and obviously the proof's in the pudding. You've had a huge, absolutely jam-packed night last night. Claudia Buckley, the same tonight. Kieran Rosny, the duets there, your local country star Sean Fahy, all playing here this weekend.
Oh yeah, we opened this year with Olivia Douglas. We had a great night here on Friday night, Saturday night, as you said, Claudia Buckley, tonight Kieran Rosny. People are coming to us, Henry, would you believe it? And they're asking us, can you bring this, or will you bring these bands up? Can you bring them to Inver? Like, which is good, because we work on feedback. We can sit and have meetings and discuss this, but 8 or 10 people around the table, that's their opinions. We want the opinions of the vast community of Erris, what they want in Erris, and that's what we try and bring to them. It's not easy. You want to satisfy everybody, but you do the best you can to satisfy and to bring something to our community that people can come back to, like, you know what I mean?
Every year during the festival, Inver National School run a fundraising coffee morning. Here's the principal of the school, Diane Cosgrove.
Every year here they have the annual coffee and coffee morning here in Inver, just after the graveyard mass. It's a huge success, and it actually helps us kind of to, I suppose, for the day-to-day running of the school, to upgrade the facilities. We also allow the kids then more access to do extracurricular activities, things that they wouldn't be able to do if we didn't have the support of this community. We have a really active parents' council here in the school in Inver, like, which volunteers, and especially they have another group, the ICE group, which we link in with, and the Inver Festival as well. The three of them are, I suppose, our cornerstone for the success of the school, which enables us, I suppose, as the teachers then to promote higher education for their kids.
And finally, you actually came from Dublin to take up the post here as principal of the school here. Any regrets from leaving the big city?
No, apart from the shopping. But no, I love this. This is a challenge. Every day is new as well. As teaching principal, I suppose you're nearly on call 24/7. But I'm happy, really happy in the position I'm in at the moment.
The annual dog show always attracts great interest. You've come all the way from Sligo to judge at the dog show here at the Inver Festival.
It's great, isn't it? And to get the fantastic day and all these people out with their lovely pets and their lovely dogs, and looking forward to it all.
Yeah. I know you have a difficult job because there's huge interest, very much a part of the festival.
Isn't it great to get all the children out with their pets and their dogs, and hopefully we'll be able to do a good job.
Yeah. And I suppose traditionally, most families in country areas like this would have a dog anyway.
Oh, they all have their dogs and their little pets, their little darlings, member of the family. It's wonderful, it's great, and it's great for children, the enthusiasm and everything like that, and it's great.
And what will you be looking for now today in the various categories?
Well, depends on the category, yes. We'll be looking for as near as we can. A nice, happy dog, nice, happy owner, nice, friendly, good, healthy dog, which we see plenty of them. But, yeah. Yeah, and
you're, of course, an expert now. You judge a lot of shows, and your dog shows.
There's no experts around now, for goodness sake.
But you do judge at a lot of shows.
Yes, I judge at a few shows, yeah. But, and I breed Cavalier King Charles myself. And I think it's very important to get it all right, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you've been doing it for a number of years now. Do you enjoy doing it?
I enjoy doing it. I enjoy children and their pets and their parents looking at their children growing with their pets, and it's all beautiful.
Well, you're ready to start now with the first category here, so we'll let you get on with the work, and you have a busy afternoon ahead of you.
We have a busy afternoon, surely, with all of the little darlings around.
Sean, lovely to meet up with you here at the Inver Festival. Of course, this is very much home for you, isn't it?
Absolutely, just on my doorstep, Henry, yeah, so delighted to be here. I think it's the 10th year now we're running here, so I've been playing here since I was about that height, so it's brilliant festival.
And you're also performing at the festival this year?
Yes, I was on last night just before Claudia Buckley, so she went down a storm last night. We actually did a duet as well, I'm sure there'll be footage of that on the show as well. So yeah, it's great, I've been here since I was about 14 or 15 playing here, so it's fantastic.
Another big night tonight as well.
Another big night, Kieran Rosney is on, and then we have the duets as well. Friday night then we had Olivia Douglas and Micheal S Clodagh, so brilliant night out.
Yeah. And big crowds at the festival here. For a small village, it certainly attracts a lot of people.
It attracts a lot of people, like hats off to the committee now. The hard work goes into the committee every year. They're tirelessly working all through the year trying to get everything sorted and organised, so hats off to them, and it gathers everyone around. Everyone comes over from England, so it's a great festival for gathering people together.
Visitors enjoyed a great display of Irish dancing from the Moffat School of Dancing and also the Bailey Scarf School of Dancing.
The Broadhaven Hotel in Belmullet has been a tremendous supporter of the Inver Festival over the years. Mary Walsh is the manageress, and I first asked her, when did the Broadhaven open first?
Yeah, Henry. The Broadhaven Bay Hotel is in existence nearly 20 years. We'll be 20 years open next June, so we'll have huge celebrations then. It's owned by Eamon and Geraldine Padden, a local family, and we have 91 bedrooms, and we've been going from strength to strength each year. It's been great, and we're just located on the outskirts of Belmullet town, up on a hill overlooking the Broadhaven Bay.
And the type of things that go on here in the hotel, I know weddings are a big part here.
Yeah, weddings are a huge part. We're very, very lucky. We have a huge wedding business. We definitely have 2 to 3 every weekend. They come from all over Mayo, starting to come from Connacht as well and further afield, overseas. And the local community are very good to us in the lines of wedding business as well. Just for instance, at the weekend there, it's a hub of celebrations. That's the only way I can describe it. At the weekend we had a 70th birthday, a 50th surprise birthday. We've had christenings, we've had wedding tastings, we had 2 weddings over the weekend. Every weekend it's just cram-packed with happy, special family occasions, which is what the Broadhaven is all about.
And what's your role in the Broadhaven?
So I'm here about 8 years. I came in here as a receptionist. Then I took the role as reservations manager, which led me then to be an assistant wedding coordinator also.
It's been known that the hotel here is great for supporting communities, local communities, like the Inver Festival, which you gladly got involved with sponsorship of that.
Yeah, we've worked with the Inver Festival now for a couple of years, and we just want to congratulate them on the great events that they run here every year. It's a huge success. They seem to be growing in popularity, I suppose, and the size of their events every year. They have a great committee down there, and they're a great network of community down there. And I suppose we rely, as probably the largest accommodation provider in Erris, we would rely heavily on our local community for support. And we are so lucky to have such great loyalty and support from the community. So I suppose on occasions like the Inver Festival, it's great to be able to give back, to support them in what they're doing. But also it's twofold, because we would generate some business from the Inver Festival. We'd get a lot of expats coming back to us, and rather than descending on the family home, they would come in here to us, base themselves here, stay and dine with us, and it allows them a base to visit family and friends and to attend festivals like the Inver Festival.
Sinead and Alan Noon run the very, very successful Lighthouse Tavern, and certainly they were having a very busy day today.
We'll be 14 years coming up in October now. The 1st of October we took it over. So. And
can I ask you, how has business been in general? I know it's changed the pub scene over the years, but in recent times now?
Recent times, since COVID, it's been better. Obviously COVID, I think, was a challenge for every publican and every person that was in hospitality at the time, with all the different rules and regulations that had to be followed. But since then, I think people it's kind of taught everyone something, because everyone seems to come out that bit more, they seem to celebrate things that bit more, and everyone is having a party for something.
Finally, can I just ask you then about yourself now and your husband now there, what about the future now? Do you see a future in the pub business for you and your family?
To be honest, at the minute we just kind of take it year by year, so we kind of go ahead now for this year, and it's different. It's a lot different than when we first came in here in 2010. I suppose that COVID changed an awful lot, but at the same time, as long as people keep going out and we can still have events and festivals, then we'll still keep going.
It's all done now. Thank you. I'm going to order the burgers here.
Mary, what's going on here? We have pancakes and we're buying it. Let's start with the pancakes first. So what's the ingredients?
Now, the ingredients in the pancakes is flour, sugar and eggs. And that's it.
Lovely. Very plain and simple.
Exactly.
So, now Boxty used to be, hold on a second now, we'll be back to that. Yeah. Boxty used to be an old traditional dish here in Ireland.
Boxty is potatoes, salt and milk. And you blend it all up. I have a little blender, and you blend them all up, and they come into a mixture like that.
So you've been preparing a lot of boxty for today for the festival?
For the last couple of years, it's me that does it all, but I do get help to cook it. Right. And people loves it. People love the homemade boxty.
So how many roughly pancakes and boxty would you go through for the festival?
We make 2 fills of the buckets, 2 for pancakes and 2 for boxty.
Okay.
And by the evening is over, they're all gone. It's all sold out. It's a great seller. People loves it.
And people are still familiar with boxty?
Oh God, yeah.
And would it still be a dish that would be used here in Inver and surrounding areas?
Yeah, people make it at home as well. People make it at home. Right. I do make it at home now for my family, when there's a gang of them around, and they love it.
Okay. And you put anything on it, just plain like that, is it?
Just plain. All I do is put a little drop of milk. It's all right. A little drop of oil.
Oil, yeah.
And put the mixture in, and to cook itself. See?
So that's your mixture of
That's my
potato,
mixture.
of
The potatoes, flour,
Flour
and the milk,
and the milk.
and the salt. It's so easy to do.
yeah.
Sorry
It looks
about-
good. Yeah.
No.
So you're dishing it out there.
Dishing
We'll
it
let you
out
get
there.
back at it now, and
Dishing it out there.
lovely.
It's like
Fair play. You'll be tired when it's all over. You won't want to look at a pancake or a boxy for a
you
week or
put
two.
that- And we were here as well yesterday.
Yeah,
We
and
sold
the same.
out as well yesterday.
That's fantastic.
So come back later on and we'll give you a cake.
All right. We look forward to that.
Yeah, okay, love.
Clodagh Travel is Ireland's premier private travel company with a fleet of coaches around the country. Proprietor is Micheal Clodagh, who has strong connections with Inver. His mother hailed from the area. I caught up with Micheal and I first asked him when was the company set up.
Michael, your grandfather set up the business Clodagh Travel.
He did, surely, yeah. He set it back up in 1940 with 2 minibuses at the time, operating local runs at the time, like mass runs, people going shopping, the odd airport run. Then we took over, my father then started back in, in the 1980s. And he purchased a company up here called Walsh Coaches. From here, I suppose the Castlebar and Mayo depot started up. I came in back in 2011, 2012, and from then, I suppose now we have a base in Castlebar, a base in Dublin, and just a new base in Kilkenny this year.
How many buses in the fleet have you in total?
So at the moment we're operating 180 coaches with over 200 staff. That's between the 3 depots. We also have a commercial business, Golden Mile Commercials. It's their garage here is behind us, and we also operate oil trucks, delivering oil to different depots around Ireland.
Now, a new venture you've collaborating with is TFI, a local link service. That seems to be really taking off.
Yes, definitely. We do a lot of work with Local Link in Mayo, with Sarah Taher and her team. We operate a service from Ballina to Castlebar 3 times a day, 7 days a week. It's actually operated with electric bus. We also operate another service from Balmullet to Castlebar, the 978 service, 3 times a day, 7 days a week, and an additional service from Mulranny to Castlebar 3 times a week. We also operate all the rehab cares in Castlebar from different areas in Mayo, and we bring a lot of dialysis patients into Mayo General and Galway University Hospital also. So yes, it's a very big contract. We do a lot of work with Local Link. I suppose one of the biggest operators in Mayo with Local Link. And it's a great setup.
Just going back on, you recently purchased a Kilkenny operation there with a fleet of buses. Any particular reason for that? Are you trying to get in the East Coast?
I suppose it's a huge connection to our Dublin base. I suppose it's an hour and 20 minutes from our Dublin base. The company that was in Kilkenny was M&A Coaches, and we worked with M&A, I suppose, Michael Dowling and his 2 daughters for a number amount of years. So the opportunity came up, and we took it. So yeah, it connects the dots so far. So yeah, it's a good opportunity.
Michael, you've given your support to the Inver Festival and kindly sponsored the programme for us. Of course, there's a connection there.
Yes, of course. So my mother is actually from Inver. That's where the connection is. Her and I suppose all my uncles and aunts are from Inver, so we definitely wouldn't shy away from sponsoring anything in Inver. No, it's a great festival that they run from Brendan Dean and his team. It's growing every year, so it's great to see it. It attracts a lot of people home from the UK and America every year. It's a great organisation they have going, and I'm glad to support it every year. So our main bulk work, I suppose, is a private hire work from all our schools, especially in Castlebar. We have St Charles School. We do all the work out of in Dava College. We operate all from, say, September to June. We do all their football runs, their airport trips, whatever needs they need, we'd operate it. Same in Dublin too. We're building up a huge private hire base there out of all the schools. There's actually great connections from Mayo teachers that work in the Dublin schools that see the buses and want to use us. So from there, from our services with Bus Éireann, we have 91 school contracts all around Ireland with Bus Éireann, and then our private hire base is the bulk of our business.
Father Sean Noon was a sheep farmer in his youth and has had a long association with the Inver Festival.
I was a sheep farmer here in Erris back in the 40s and 50s, long before I decided to become a priest. And in those days, people had about 20 sheep or thereabout, and many didn't have any sheep at all. Of course, there were no grants, governmental grants, for sheep and cattle at the time. And at the time, of course, wildlife was in abundance. Now it's probably overeaten. That's at Shinskilella. That's another story. But here in this area, we have in recent years we have having a sheep show here, where the best animals of the year are presented in the month of August. It's a time of year when many people are home. The diaspora of people who left this area over the years went abroad. They come back in that month of August time, where they meet their friends and renew old acquaintances. And then we have a big celebration here in Inver. It lasts about a week. There's a large marquee with good bands here, and so some of the finest sheep of the year are here. They have a custom of bringing in good departmental lambs and sheep here to improve the breed. So there's nowhere, I don't think, in the whole country could you find sheep any better than you will find here. Excellent sheep that are bred all in that one particular year. I'm a year of 90 now, and so I have long memories here. I have memories of this place over the years where it's really, somebody said we're bred for immigration here. Maybe we are, but we were forgotten to a great extent here in this area. One writer said that this area of Erris, North Mayo, was only known from a map by governmental officials, and so. But thank God that's slowly changing.
Sean, great to see you here at the Inver Festival. I noticed you were taking tremendous interest in the judging of the sheep.
Oh, I did, of course, Henry. I'm delighted to be here at the Inver Festival. It's such a great crowd here today, and we're lucky the weather is holding out for us too. I have great interest in the sheep. Sure, I'm a farmer myself, and the sheep we're into. It's a big sheep country around here, and there's great stock here today, and all local, stock. And my God, they're fine animals. It's hard on the judge to pick out the winners here, because they're all, all very good stock, prime stock really.
Are you here for the sheep shears? What's happening?
All you were demonstrating there, the first hand or the Lighthouse shears that ever came out. It was done by hand. It was known as husband and wife shears. Story goes that if the wife had the dinner ready when he came home from work, that was her penance. He'd bring her out, do the winding. But back in the day, that's how it was. It was all done by hand. And until later years, the letter came in then.
Okay. And is there a particular type of sheep that gets done here, like for the sheep shearing?
Well, mostly around here is horny, but with the electric usually it's Suffolk or Texas, but mostly with the hand shears it's horny.
Right.
Hand shears.
Okay. And is there a competition here for this? Is there?
Yes, there is. Yeah.
So what?
And we're not here today actually, but this is only just a demonstration. But in the Erris Agricultural Day in Balmullet, we have a competition. We have a competition both for electric and hand, and it has just taken off the ground. The amount of young lads that's taken up shearing in the last 2 years is unreal. Like back in the day, here in Erris you might get 10 or 15 shears, but at the moment I'd say young lads is about 100 just taken off the ground, unreal. And it's very, very nice to see young lads out and shearing sheep.
Tommy Dean has been involved with the Inver Festival for many years, where his vintage collection always attracts great interest.
Well, back in the mid-70s I bought an old house, and it was in England. I bought it just in my own village, and there was nothing hardly ever left in it, only one or two, the two iron kettles. Everything else was cleaned out here, and I put them aside, and then I noticed later on that the travellers were getting pots and pans and everything was handed over to them and given to them, and I thought to myself, if it's useful to them, it should be useful to me. And I started from there. And bits and pieces now and again, and any car boot sale I go to, I'd always pick up something. And it became an addiction at the end. And I got so fond of them. And it was lovely when I went to a school a few times. The interest that the children took out of all this stuff. And even today, it's very interesting when a person that's overseas will come. And one day I was up in Gisala doing a show, and I made a hay rope, a hay sugan we call it, with that. And the lady asked me could she have it, and she put it in her handbag to bring it over to her grandmother in England. And I thought that was lovely, you know, the interest she showed, and to remind her grandmother and her mother in England how it was before the 1950s or 60s.
We hope you enjoyed our trip to Inver Festival. Congratulations to Brendan and his team on organising a great day for the local community and visitors alike. Now don't forget you can catch up on all our programmes on our TV Ireland YouTube channel. So until next week at the same time, slán go fóill.